You don't say to mama, you don't read, oh. Says the tracking angel. You don't boast to mama, you don't cut. Now chain you they cut. Okay, now make I use my microscope, scan a reality scan, nigga area Biafra phobia mentality. See, set Mazin Namdi Kanu free. One war. They don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, most I judge a bless Biafra, Chukwuki Biama bless Biafra, conscientiousness bless Biafra, Biafra, Biafra. Started in 1804 by Utman Danfodio, Rinom go be to Sokoto, Boo, Sa Amadou Bello, they massacred the Hausa, Marigi and Pura. What about the Shua, Zamfara and referendum is the voice of everyone. Real freedom, Yahweh must be done on the land. Simon, they don't want to hear the name of Biafra. For them is a scary name of Biafra. I love this very name of Biafra. Biafra, Biafra. Most I Jaja bless Biafra. Chukwuki Biama bless Biafra. Conscientiousness bless Biafra. They tried by the can.
All right, Otutoma, please let us pray.
Ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla anyị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla anyị ya bụ ọka aka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etu gị ezi ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị Igbo wee tụọ gị ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọbịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkụ wee na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwaanyị bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija ma na-asị, lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụ ekoni ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye bụ ka a na-arịọ gị. Ise.
Thank you for joining me. Please, I quickly want to refresh. I don't know why I'm not seeing whether people are watching or not. Let me just quickly refresh in a minute. Okay, I have done that. I have refreshed, but I still do not know who is watching. But I can see some comments here already. Maybe the network did not connect to show me the numbers that are watching, but I want to appreciate all of you that are here. I see Celestine Owe, I see you, MB Lewis, I see you, Abdurrahman, Alara, I see you, MB Lewis, I see you, Chikwe Davison, I hear a declaration. You said you are. I appreciate you and I can see you. Celestine, it's been a long time, and this morning you've given me a confirmation that you are always there. I see you. Mommy Ego Yibo, Lale Ego Yibo, Ogene. I cite you. Maka Nicholas is always here. Yes, you're always here. Ako Mirioyi, thank you for coming. Yes, I am the Eggman, Mr. Eggman, Plan B the Eggman. Whatever you call me, that's exactly what I am. But what you call me, whether good or bad, at the end, you will understand why you are here. Thank you for joining me. Tonex Ogugwa, I cite you. Bless you this morning. And please just be careful Don't insult anybody. If you do, you know me, I'm not looking for the crowd. I'm looking for people that are wise, that are ready to listen to the gospel. If you talk nonsense, I will throw you into a gutter. Thank you for joining me this morning. Now, the topic this morning is only one thing must happen. Only one thing must happen to end all these killings that is going on and all these things, whether Trump comes with gun blazing or not, whether it ends up diplomatic or not. Because every effort Tinubu is making is to make him look like he wants to fight this thing right now. Emergency fighting of this evil. Emergency problem solved is not problem completely resolved. Emergency. Let's give it a palliative solution. This is not a problem that needs a palliative solution. Aria, yes, thank you for showing yourself. You need to go and join Ngozi Orabufulani. You're a bastard. I say, go and join Ngozi. Don't bring yourself here. We don't need you here. Go there, join Ngozi, and let her give you Biafra. So, and all this emergency nonsense, it will not bring us a permanent solution. No, it won't. It won't. Let me tell you, it is only to divide Nigeria, to end this evil now. It is to what? Divide Nigeria. By the time Donald J. Trump comes to do the needful, whether or not it happens, if this thing called Nigeria is not dismantled, I am telling you, the worst is waiting to happen. I said the worst is waiting to happen. Just be counting the days as months, be counting the years as months, the days as weeks, and the weeks as days. You will see that there will be more catastrophic disaster. These people will not stop. No way. They will stop. I am happy that Donald J. Trump is not a man that gives a half-baked promise. He's a man that when he says he will do something, he does it. He doesn't make a vain threat. In fact, this one is not even a threat. It is a solution that must be made. And after this is done, Nigeria must not remain Nigeria. If Nigeria remains the way it is, with Igbo, Yoruba, and Hausa, together with this infiltrated Fulani, I am telling you, the people will still gather again. People will still gather again looking for solution. And by that time, it will be too late. It will be too late because the numbers you are counting now, you will be picking people on the streets everywhere. It has to, everything must, as the gun blazes on the terrorists and the dust settles, everybody must go because Nigeria can never be one. It's not possible. It will never work. There's no way Nigeria will be one and people will live at peace together. It is impossible. I want us to listen to Mazin Namdekano, and then we will listen to some. I saw Abel Damina's message yesterday. We will listen to it. What actually inspired and ignited this thing in me this morning, it happened this morning. Remember, I have a topic I started yesterday, which I couldn't finish. Honestly, I was very, very tired yesterday. Oh, I wish people knew the level of, the work I do, and at the end of the day, I still bring out time to do this. The work is too heavy that I do. And then I come back. Anytime I'm able to do program in the evening, if anybody have a malt and doesn't even say, take malt and drink so that you will be able to have energy for tomorrow morning, it means you don't understand. I wish people can come in and see the work. I was so tired yesterday. As I got home, I was already sleeping inside the bus as I was going home. And when I got home, I sat down, I had my dinner. Where I sat down was where I slept. Before I woke up around 1 a.m., I said, look at time. I couldn't come live again. So please bear with me. I wanted to continue that program yesterday, but I couldn't. But God will always help us. That program where I talked about the Yoruba Caliphate. That's exactly what Tinubu is planning. But meanwhile, let's leave that for now. We will continue that if the Lord gives us the grace and the time. Let us listen to Mazin Nnamdi Okukano, and then we'll listen to some messages again this morning. I listened to Abel Damina, and I think I like the fact that Abel Damina brought memory, went back memory lane to bring back some of the things that will show you that these things that people are denying, it is real, oh, completely real, and yet people are denying it. Yeah. But first, let's listen.
As I've said before,
let's listen to Onyendu. As we listen to Onyendu, we will come back and then probably play some of these messages from Damina and others. Okay, so let's do this together this morning. If you don't divide Nigeria, Biafra must go. This Oduduwa nation, Yoruba nation that Tinubu is planning, but the wickedness of Tinubu is that Tinubu is planning to destroy Ndibo, to destroy Biafra. He wants to make sure he bury Biafra so that Yoruba nation Biafra will not be side by side with Yoruba nation. So he wants to destroy Biafra, then stand very strong with Yoruba nation. Then he thinks that by doing all the things he's doing to destroy the economy of Biafra, that when Yoruba nation stands, Biafra will not be begging Yoruba for help. Biafra will never beg anybody. I'm telling you, if Tinubu have sense, let him go back and find out what happened during the so-called Biafra war, and then know what we have become today, and know that we can even be much more better. Go to the United States. I was watching a video that Aloy Ejimako shared about America. If you go to America, the foreigners that are in American army, there are more Biafrans there than anyone else. Even in Russia army, in Ukraine army. You know, don't try Biafra. Let us listen to Mazin now.
Allow me to repeat. As I've said before, allow me to repeat. Apart from granting citizenship to every northern Christian, I mean Core North, I mean the Sharia, Arewa, Janjaweed North, you will all live in Biafra land, where you can practice religion without fear or favor. Another thing we are going to do is to pipe free oil and gas across the whole of West Africa. In Biafra, Oduduwa will receive oil and gas for free. You see, Benin Republic, oil and gas for free. Togo will receive oil and gas for free. Ghana the same. All the way to heaven knows we, I think, Western Sahara.
For those that are thinking that our economy will be oil-based, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu from time started telling you our economy will not be oil-based. In fact, we will give people oil for free. Oduduwa, if you don't have oil, we will give you oil. Tinubu, do not waste your life trying to destroy Biafra, trying to hold Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, trying to frustrate us, thinking that our rising up will demean your own rising or will make you look inferior. No, there are many things that will make Yoruba nation great. You want to have a Yoruba caliphate, go ahead and have it, but Biafra will not be a part of it. And if you think the problem will be oil, maybe you don't have oil, we will give you for free. We will give you for free. So dividing Nigeria is the most important thing. So if you don't have it in your project, maybe if Donald Trump is not even thinking towards that area, we are going to start suggesting it to Donald Trump now. Because we know these people will not stop. All these things that Tinubu is doing, this one effort trying to make it look like he wants to fight it is a lie. You will see what will be happening. So when Donald Trump will come with gun blazing, even if he doesn't come, at the end of the day, the only solution to this problem is that Nigeria must be divided. And if you think that we are thinking of dividing and going our separate way because we have oil, no, we are going to give you the oil for free. It is oil. We will give you will drink oil for free. So don't worry. All these nations around us will have it for free.
All the way to heaven knows we, I think, Western Sahara. Do you know why? Because we want the economies of all these countries to grow as well, because they're going to buy our goods and services. They will buy our goods and services. That is why we need the economies to grow as well. A Biafra will offer free oil and gas to the entire West African coastal region. To tell you we don't need oil and gas to survive as a people. We are not fighting for Biafra because of oil and gas. We are fighting because it is the will of God and we must be free. We are free people. We were free before the white man came, and we shall be free once again. And as I've been telling people, and they do not, or some will not understand or hope to understand, what we are doing is of the spirit. The likes of Shoyinka must stand up to speak the truth.
Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is calling you. Some of you that are thinking Biafra will be your problem. Biafra, they are too proud. Biafra is running for their own. They want to do. Look, if you don't stand up to speak the truth now, we are all together in a very serious mess. Because what Britain have done, if you don't see that it is the finger of God that have already destroyed BBC, and Britain is going down under their sword already. Islam is going to overwhelm Britain. Britain will not be able to control it. Some of them in Britain thought that the prince, the monarch family, the monarch family are not interested in Britain. British people, you should understand that the leadership or the monarchy in Britain, they already told you that they are the blue blood. You are red blood. How can somebody come out and tell you they are blue blood? For them, they are the only ones that exist in their own world. Every other person in Britain can be sacrificed. They have already sacrificed Britain to Islam. Do you understand? The people that have told you that as long as you do not believe in their religion, they hate you. There is nothing you will do for them that will appease them and make them love you. That is why whenever I see Peter Obi, I pity him. When I see Peter Obi dancing the dance of Fulani, I pity him, because no matter what you do to appease them, to make them happy, in their law, in their commandments, they hate you. They can never love you. And you know what they said? They said they hate you because of Allah. They hate you because of their God. So they are doing the bidding of their God. If we do not sever our ties with them, we are done for. That's why Mazin Nnamdi Kanu here is saying, Soyinka, you must begin to speak the truth. You must begin to speak the truth. I saw Jews or Carlo supporting Donald Trump. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. At least I was even surprised. I was very, very surprised how Jews or Carlo is even supporting Donald Trump. I say, hey, Chineke me, Ogini, Okuko, Ojila Abalipueze. I am very sure that Dave Umar, he will not come out and speak the way of Jews or Carlo. Or maybe Tinubu might even tell them to begin to speak that way, to make it look like they are, you know, against this Islam, because Tinubu is believing that his own plan will work. Let me tell you, Tinubu, as long as you are with Fulani, as long as you have Nuhu Rubadu, as long as you have Shetima, that's why I need to play the video of Ezekiel Dachomo this morning. As long as you have Shetima and Nuhu Rubadu, you are still inside their pot of soup. Let us finish. In fact, after Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, we will play Ezekiel Dachomo before we will now go into Ebe Damina's message. Let's finish listening to Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Shoyinka,
to understand what we are doing is of the spirit. The likes of Shoyinka must stand up to speak the truth. Obasanjo, you must speak the truth. Tell us. Free yourself of that very burden. Shoyinka, the same thing. Shoyinka, you were campaigning for them. Campaigning for Buhari. Until your carrot and cabbage clashed with Fulani cattle. You now realized that there is danger in the land. All these years, all the Fulani insurgency and incursion into the south, he never said a word. People look up to you to speak the truth. You never said a word until they came to your farm and ate your carrot and your cabbage, started complaining. Typical black people.
Did you see that? Typical black people. Now, let's quickly go and hear Dachomo, what Dachomo was telling Tinubu. You know, the man is being very careful. And I love the fact that no matter how pressure is around, no matter how people are afraid to speak the truth because of their lives, this man is consistent with what he's saying.
What I would advise President...
Listen to him. Listen to Ezekiel Dachomo. Let's listen to him.
What I would advise President Tinubu directly should watch the movement of Shetima, his vice. And I would say he should watch Ribado, his advisor. What I would advise President Tinubu directly should watch the movement of Shetima, his vice. And I would say he should watch Ribado, his advisor.
Okay.
He should weigh the advice they are giving him.
Okay.
I just pray for Tinubu to survive. the cabals that have surrounded him.
Okay.
What he's doing, I know he's ignorant. And Donald Trump is not only coming for Christians. You help our brothers Muslims. And I know many Muslims are not happy with the killing that is in the north. From their brothers, not Christian, attacking Muslim. No. We will never do that. We love them. We shield them. If they're hungry, we feed them. When Trump comes, and I don't believe he will select Christian. No. He knows the people that are problem of the nation, in which the hands of the president is tied. I know when Goodluck was about to start, the insurgent, Buhari came out and said they are killing Muslims. It's all over the media, the papers. Ana Kashe Musulmi, that was his statement. So Boko Haram has become Muslims. So they should stop. Then they don't want this thing to stop. I have insiders that have already warned me that I should be careful with wherever I go, whatever I do, that they have banned until they see my end. They are disgracing themselves. It means they are the sponsors of this insurgent. That is what is happening. And their target is to finish the Christian, so they occupy everything to the oil well. European nations, UN, United Nations, hear our cry. We are also citizens of Nigeria. Come and help us.
Have you heard that? Fantastic. So, Ezekiel Dachomo have given Tinubu his advice. So, if Tinubu thinks that I remove all the military chief, I remove all the now all your Owambe brothers are now in charge. If Nigeria is not divided, allow Igbo. You have the opportunity to do it. And you have to start by releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you don't do it, you are in a big mess. A big shit. That's where you are. Now, let's listen to Ebe Damina. Ebe Damina said a lot here, to counter some of the narrative that's fake pastors are bringing up there, telling you that there is no genocide. Even though he was very careful not to call it a genocide by himself, but he was repeating and telling you what has started happening since 1980-something. So it's not today. So these people, it is not now that they started this Christian genocide. You know the reason why? As long as you do not believe in their own religion, they hate you. Do you not know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is wise? And our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa is so wise by telling you that in Biafra, we have said it, in Biafra, our official religion will be Christianity, Judean religion, and traditional worship. Any other person that wants to practice their religion will be free to practice it within Biafra, but it will not be a federal religion, something that will be accepted. Just like if you go to Saudi Arabia, their official religion is Islam. Nobody can change it. If Nigeria want to have an official Islamic religion, then those that do not believe in Islam should be allowed to go. Biafra must go. Oduduwa, you people, some of you believe in Islam. You can remain with Nigeria. That's no problem. If there's any other person in Benin Kingdom, whatever, you believe in Islam, you want to join Fulani, no wahala. But you see us, we have said it, just like in Japan. Go to Japan. You're not going to see any mosque. They raise a mosque. You know the narrative they are bringing? They brought a video that came out from Oputa panel. How that a particular community in southern Kaduna, where over 91% are Christians. You know what the Fulani did? They came there, they started building a multi-million-dollar mosque in a community where less than 1% or less than 5% are Muslims. They were building mosque, multi-million. These people didn't have schools, they didn't have road, they didn't have hospital. Then the Christians said, no way, we don't need mosque here. After all, we are not Muslims here. We need schools, we need this. Now, they protested. They planned their protests and they succeeded to remove that. They don't want it because they know what it will bring for them. They know how these people operate. They are now using that video from a Oputa panel to propaganda and say that Christians were against Islam. They were against. Show us where they killed Muslims. Can you show us anywhere Christians unalive Muslims anywhere in Nigeria? It never happened. It never happened. Now let us listen to Ebe Damina. If there's another time for another video, we'll play. But this video is very important, especially for those fake Christians and fake pastors that are there trying to shift the narrative.
Abel Damina is my name. Look. I couldn't wait to get back home and be a part of the ongoing conversation. There's been this conversation going on whether there's a genocide in Nigeria or there's no genocide in Nigeria. And I listen to certain individuals who say there's no such thing in Nigeria. Well, whether you call it genocide or you don't call it genocide, let me speak as a victim. I am not just a student of research, but I'm speaking as a victim of these gruesome circumstances around the Nigerian people where innocent lives have been taken.
Now, you see, he has calculated the word now. He removed the genocide and now called it circumstances. That is some of the things that I'm angry with some of the Christians. But at least he spoke. Instead of genocide now, he called it gruesome circumstances. Okay, let's go. At least this one will appeal to many of you that don't like the word genocide. You can choose to call it circumstances or whatever, but as far as we are concerned, it is called Christian genocide.
Genocide or you don't call it genocide, let me speak as a victim. I am not just a student of research, but I'm speaking as a victim of these gruesome circumstances around the Nigerian people where innocent lives have been taken away by some people who think they have more right than others in this nation. And some people have reduced it to herders and farmers clash. No, sir, this has been ongoing. I grew up in northern Nigeria. My father was a pastor with the Assemblies of God Church. One morning we just woke up in Assemblies of God Church, Samaru Zaria, somewhere adjacent the north gate of Samaru Zaria. My father was a pastor. All of a sudden we woke up in the morning, no provocation, nothing. And the next thing we were hearing was people were just running all over our house and the church with machetes and all of that.
Did you hear that? No provocation, nothing. There was no provocation, nothing. Listen to him. Oh, this is very important. Look, if you think that after the gun blazing, after this Trump comes in and then takes out terrorists, and then we can continue to live together with Fulani and Muslims together in one nation, and you have seen it that Nigeria can never be able to operate as a secular state. It is not possible. If it is either you blame Hausa, you blame Yoruba, you blame Igbo. The best thing is Igbo, have your own. Hausa, have your own. Yoruba, have your own. Fulani, anywhere you find, go and have your own. Chineka Onoko, Ndara.
People were just running all over our house and the church with machetes and no provocation, nothing. And the next thing we were hearing was people were just running all over our house and the church with machetes and all of that. The next thing was they started pouring petrol all over the building, both the church and the house, because our house was attached to the church. And the next thing was flames. Everything was burned right down to ashes. We narrowly escaped, found a place where we could shelter ourselves in the military barracks. Eventually, they brought us back to the lecturers' quarters of ABU Zaria, and we had to camp with a family for weeks and months before we could rebuild and start life all over again. That is long. I'm talking about 1986, 87. What about the Metasine situation? Metasine was a sect of the Islamic religion.
Did you hear that? 1986. 1986, oh, okay.
687. What about the Metasine situation? Metasine was a sect of the Islamic religion who went around burning and destroying and killing Christians back in the 80s. This is far before there was anything like farmers and herders clash. Then fast forward. What about in the year 2000, where over 2,000 people were killed in Kaduna? Year 2000. What about the over 300 people that were victims of the Miss World in November 2002? All of them, they were not a part of the Miss World. They were just on their own. Something happened somewhere else and they became victims of it. Lives were killed, houses were destroyed, and whenever they are carrying out this charade, they will be shouting, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Are you hearing it? This is their mission, even here in Europe, anywhere, generally worldwide. The people that do not have them in their communities are probably safer. So for them, it is better, let them have their own world, their own place. They cannot come and encroach on people. Do you understand me? I watched a video today. I was asking myself, are the whole world aware of this thing? They were saying that no matter how nice you are to them, no matter how good you are to them, that in their book, it is said that they cannot love you. You cannot be their friend. That, look, they hate you because of Allah. Can you believe that? So you will be nice. You will accept them. You will welcome them. You are in one country. And then some of them that have not discovered it today, they will discover it tomorrow. That they are not supposed to love you. That their book commanded them to hate you because of Allah. So why must we be in the same country with them? For no reason whatsoever. Innocent people will pay the price of something that happened in France, something that happened in Denmark. You want them to be a part of my country? Waka. Waka.
Else, and they became victims of it. Lives were killed, houses were destroyed, and whenever they are carrying out this charade, they will be shouting Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and they will carry their matches and carry whatever they have, and they will move in their numbers. They will move in their numbers, and everybody on their way that is not chanting what they are chanting becomes a victim. I can go on and on. A few years ago, I was preaching in Kaduna for a great man of God. And I only succeeded in preaching Sunday morning service. After the service, the next morning, as we were preparing for the next service on Monday, the next thing I was hearing was, the whole city is on fire. Kaduna is on fire. Please stay in the hotel room. Don't come out. They are killing, they are burning churches, they are killing everybody. That is how we were stuck in a hotel. Even in the hotel, we were not sure of ourselves. Because they were going from hotel to hotel, room to room, killing people that were not chanting Allahu Akbar. And somehow God saved our souls. After about 4 days, we were able to leave Kaduna. But unfortunately, a friend of mine who was a pastor, Reverend Northcote Andrew of blessed memory, was caught in the midst of this as he was escaping for his life. They caught him because he was wearing a collar of a bishop. They hacked him to death, dug the ground, buried him and put a cross there. It is that little wooden cross that made people know that there was a corpse in that place. And this, my friend, was buried. These are real life situations.
Real life.
So for somebody to just sit down in the comfort of his home, maybe somewhere in the south, and be saying there's no such thing in northern Nigeria, my brother, you've not been a part of it. We've been right in the heart of the fire. I remembered one night, these Muslim boys were all over the place in my school, and they were shouting Allahu Akbar. They were looking for me. I had to escape. That night, my saving grace was that I found a female hostel and I slept under the bed. By the next day, I left town. For what? I did nothing. No provocation. Just because I am preaching the gospel. And of course, some of them believe that once you are not of the Islamic faith, you are an infidel. You know, and they believe that if you kill an infidel, you will sleep with 7 virgins. You know, all of this kind of indoctrination that leads to violence at the slightest provocation, whether it has to do with the people or not, you just get on the streets. What about the Reinhard Bonnke crusade? I'm talking about the Reinhard Bonnke crusade in Kano, where people were hacked, macheted, and killed just because a crusade where the gospel of Christ was going to be preached. And that is why I thank God for people like President Donald Trump, who lent his voice to what is going on here. At least, for whatever is what, there's an ongoing conversation all over the world. The matter is no more put under the carpet. And we don't want just conversations. We want some action. We want some action. And in the midst of all this, it snowballed into the herders and farmers clash. It snowballed into banditry. And everything becomes very complicated. Very complicated. And people are dying by the day. There are people in northern Nigeria, places like Borno State, places like Plateau State, places like Benue State, places like southern Kaduna, where whole villages have been taken over by some of these bandits, by some of these Islamic extremists, by some of these Boko Haram people. They've taken over whole villages, driven the villagers away. And somebody said there is no such thing in Nigeria. Why do we have IDP camps? Why do we have IDP camps? When we never had an earthquake, we never had an earth tremor. Why do we have IDP camps? When there is no natural disaster. Other than the fact that people are being made victims of what they have no knowledge of. In a secular state like Nigeria, where all religions are permitted to be practiced, this ought not to be allowed. This ought not to be allowed at all. Our government have a duty. Now, when you live in a country like that, where you don't know what becomes of you the next day, you go out, you don't know if you're going to come back. When you go to church, you're not sure if you're going to come back. When you live in such a country, it's almost as if there's no government.
Yes.
And because the first responsibility of government is security of lives and properties.
Yes.
That's the first responsibility of government, whether at the federal level, at the state level, or at the local government level.
Yes.
Because the population don't have access to arms. But unfortunately, some of these bandits, some of these terrorists, some of these extremists, they are carrying AK-47s. And you wonder, where did they get them from? In fact, it's unfortunate that at a point in Nigeria, there was even a local government in Borno State where Boko Haram drove all our Nigerian security forces and put their flag there.
Yes.
It's very unfortunate.
It happened. It is still happening. They will check. How many times have we shown you that barracks were emptied? They have succeeded in emptying barracks, drove away the soldiers, kidnapped their leaders, their majors and their generals. Some of them, they will now have to, soldier will now have to pay ransom to get their generals back. Boko Haram will take all their weapons. Have it not happened in Nigeria? You shameless people. You want me to be a part of that? God punish you all.
The government of Nigeria need to do something quickly. Otherwise, where this is taking us to, we do not know. This has to come to an end. The ADP camps need to be emptied. Let people go back to their homes. Let people go back to their villages. Let people go back to their farms.
If they empty the IDP camps, my pastor, their villages have already been occupied. Pastor Damina, do you know that some villages that were emptied have now been renamed? Now, where are they going back to? When they go back there, now the terrorists will tell them that this is not your village, this is the name. Do you know that villages that were renamed, government have already acknowledged them as the new name of those villages? God punish Nigeria. Go back where? They are taking over those villages. So for them to go back, government have to go there and completely wipe out those terrorists before those people can return and take their villages back and call it the original names.
The ADP camps need to be emptied. Let people go back to their homes. Let people go back to their villages. Let people go back to their farmlands. Let people go back to their habitations so that they can live normal lives. So they can live the life they are supposed to live on earth. You know, this is very, very important. And this conversation is so critical at this time. And it's critical that I add my voice to it as a victim of this situation in a country like Nigeria. And I'm believing God that the day has come when this menace will surely come to an end. God bless the Federal Republic.
No, God will not bless them. Shut up. Shut up. God will not bless them. This way I get angry with all of you, you shameless pastors. God will not bless them. Shut up and stop saying God bless them. God will not bless them. Enough. God bless who? Bless who? Ndara. God will not bless them. Now look at what some of you are up to.
It's already
Now listen to this, whether American or whatever, listen to what he has to say about what is coming for every one of you. If you don't, we don't belong together.
No, it's the Islamic ideology that is the problem. It's inherently evil, and there's no way around that. And it's already happening in America. It's already started. And so it's time to push back hard and firmly, because otherwise it can do exactly what it's doing in the rest of Europe. Look at Paris, look at Brussels, look at Berlin, look at London, look at all the major capital cities all across Western Europe, which used to be referred to as Christendom because it's the foundation of Christian civilization. They're all dark now. They're all full of trash. They're all full of violence. They're all full of wild Mohammedans. And we can look what's happening a state over, for goodness sake. Texas, they're trying to build a Sharia city. They're trying to build their own Mohammedan city in the free state, for goodness sake. If it can happen there.
Do you know they are trying to build a Sharia city in Texas? That's why Donald Trump is very important to America. They are trying to build a Sharia state in Texas. Texas in America. In America. Goodness me.
Happening a state over, for goodness sake. Texas, they're trying to build a Sharia city. They're trying to build their own Mohammedan city in the free state, for goodness sake. If it can happen there, it can happen anywhere else in this country. And that's why they want to do it, because they're always about signs of dominance. When you see them...
Let me tell you, if these people can be taking a bold step like this inside America, irrespective of Trump. Now, the newly elected, do you know that this Democratic Party are so demonic? The demonic Democratic Party have elected a hardliner in New York as a mayor. Go and listen to the way he's talking to Trump. The new mayor of New York. You people don't know what's coming to you. You know, that's the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said Biafra is going to be the last miracle. Biafra will happen. And Biafra will stand. Oh my God. You see the way Israel is defending themselves, surrounded by all these demons. Biafra. That's why they are fighting Biafra. That's why they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But God of Biafra will punish them. Inside America, go to Britain. They will leave the mosque and go to the express road and they'll be praying. Does it mean they don't have a mosque? They do have mosque. But you know what that means? They're trying to tell you that they have dominated this place. We have taken over this place. Go to Paris now. On Friday, you will see that they will leave their mosque. They'll go to the express road and they'll be praying on the road. Ask me why. They want to tell you Paris now belongs to us. And you are watching. You are watching. You think if they can do it in Paris, they will not be able to do it in Nigeria? You people don't know what's coming for you.
With their bombs in the air on the little rugs in the middle of us.
Now listen, this man actually made reference to that. Now listen to them. Listen to this man now. He made reference to that. I think I'll be ending with this.
They want to do it because they're always about signs of dominance. When you see them with their bombs in the air on the little rugs in the middle of a street, a middle of a road in London, it's not because there aren't any mosques. There are plenty of blooming mosques, trust me. They're doing it to show that they've conquered the land.
They're doing it to show you that they have conquered the land. There's another very short video I would love to play. Yeah. And oh my God, there are so many videos I have. Let me play this beautiful girl. Listen to her. She said, we are not united. We are not one. Okay?
1929.
Listen to her. And then we are going to end with this beautiful Biafran lady that have to remind you that we are not one.
On this issue of unity in Nigeria, are you aware that in 1929, during the Aba Women's Riot, the colonial officer ordered the security personnel to shoot the Aba women who were protesting against injustice, to shoot them. And the security officer said, no, I'm not going to shoot them. They're my people, my tribesmen, my kingsmen. I am not going to shoot them. So they went to another region and brought in military troops. And they shot at 50 women. 50 women lost their lives that day. 50. Do you get the point now? They went to another region and brought in military troops to shoot at these women. So don't let anybody gaslight you that we are united. We have never been united. Everybody knows their kingsmen. Everybody knows their tribesmen. Everybody knows their... Don't let them gaslight you with air. Don't let America divide us. Don't let Donald Trump divide us. We were never united in the first place. We were never. Okay? We are not fools. They cancel history so that young generation will not be angry. But we know the history. We read history. We research. We see things. We have never been united. Whenever I read history, I get angry. Very angry.
Yes.
Okay? So enough with that BS of unity, blah, 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 blah.
Crap. Thank you. Thank you, my precious Biafran lady. Thank you so very much. And that's where we'll draw the curtain this morning. We will pray and then I will leave it. We'll continue. Look, our prime minister started with changing the narratives. Yes, we must keep changing the narrative. We must keep changing the narrative. They won't.
ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etugha eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị Igbo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe na ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onwe ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịgị ma ruo mgbe ebighị, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọbịa mere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkwu wee na-arịọ gị asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee na-akpọ ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu wee weziga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ ka anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na-eji ama mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ebezuga gị anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi si gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye gị wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ije ma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụ ego ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ isi ala ọkwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị mara onye bụ ka a na-arịọ gị ise ise ise.
He is called Onyendu for a reason. He is Onyendu